The next case is a restaurant who served 86 shots of alcohol to 5 customers in one sitting. 17 shots per person is about the average there. So this is a restaurant in Sydney now under fire for this. Apparently, after these 86 shots of soju, that is a type of alcohol I've never had, but apparently 20 to 50% in ABV, alcohol by volume. Apparently these patrons afterwards are falling asleep at the table, stumbling around. One woman even reportedly was found passed out outside the venue in a pool of vomit. So, can the bar be held liable here?
Yeah.
Without
oh my gosh! Look at that!
Yeah.
So the video footage is
That's
problematic.
so. More importantly, let's even. So I think we all would agree that the bar could be held liable here, but let's take it a step further. Let's just say that the woman who passed out outside the bar had some big medical event. God forbid, passed away. Could the bar or the bartender be held for manslaughter or?
Well, not manslaughter.
What would you call that?
Absolutely. So this is a situation we call dram shop liability. So the law differs in every state, but it's generally the same. So basically, an establishment can be held liable when a bartender overserves an obviously intoxicated person. But it's not just an establishment or a business. There's something called like a social host law, right? So if you're hosting if you're hosting a get-together, a wedding, I host a harvest festival every year. If you overserve that person who's obviously intoxicated, they go out and they cause harm to themselves or others, you can be held liable. So then the question is, well, what does it mean to be obviously intoxicated? So we look for bloodshot eyes, we look for everything they're doing here, we look for slurred speech and unconsciousness. You know, those are signs of obvious intoxication.
So that's a really good point. It's not just establishments. You're talking about in a private home, or if you're hosting a party, you're equally liable and responsible for checking your guests for being over-intoxicated.
Troubling if it's underage drinking in your house.
You
Whether you're there or not, it's not a good situation.
You're calling your husband, hey, look, we're not serving alcohol tonight. We are not serving alcohol. And I think this is an egregious example, and I do think they should be held liable. You should serve 86 shots to 5 people. You're trying to kill them, in my opinion.
Especially that high in alcohol content. It's not even like a glass of beer or wine, something low in alcohol.
But where I do have a problem with the law. So I'm going to order, obviously, in favor of the bar being held liable. But where I do have a problem with this law is that some people take it too far. Because, look, if you're at a bar and you order a couple of glasses of wine, that bartender doesn't always know if you might have just done 5 shots at a table in the back and you know, it hits you 30 minutes later and you go hurt someone in a car accident. It's a tricky it's a tricky thing to figure out, because I don't want to believe that most bartenders are out there trying to get people so drunk that they pass out in their own vomit.
Well, it's challenging. This law is challenging to prove liability, which is why they say obvious signs of intoxication, because, you know, somebody can come in and they could have had 10 shots in the car. You can come in, serve them 1 shot, and then they can leave. And at the same time, somebody can come in and you can serve them 4, 5, 6, or 7 shots, and then they can leave. So you really don't know. So it is a challenge to prove liability. But in this case in particular, where 86 shots were served, it's so ridiculous to me, because even though you're in a group of 5 people, you don't know who's been nursing their drink, who's been babysitting their drink and having 4 shots, who's had 35 shots, right? You have no idea, so it's so irresponsible.
But can I ask?
Absolutely.
What about personal responsibility? These people knew they were ordering the shots, so I think the bar should be held liable, but at the same time, folks, if you're ordering 17 shots at a bar, you're going to pass out in your own vomit, if not die. So, I mean, what personal responsibility? So, I'm going to hit the gavel, order in court. Let's take some personal responsibility here as well.
Right. 2 drinks for men, 1 drink for women. Sorry, Sonia.
At your dinner party tonight, that's the limit.
That's my
Afi,
limit.
thank you. Great input.
My pleasure.